Hey, this is Mark Henry, here to talk to you more about the occult and paranormal. Well, the subject of today's video is the end of servitors, specifically the end of my servitors. So I'm going to tell you a story about what happened, but just for the people that are new to the servitor concept, I have a video that I previously did maybe a year and a half ago, that if you want the background information about what a servitor is and detailed information about how to create one, you're welcome to check that out. But just to kind of give you a few sentences of what a servitor is, a servitor is basically an energetic being that is created by a magician based on his will and intention. And the magician programs this created energetic being to carry out some sort of tasks. Also, these servitors must be nourished in order to have enough strength and power in order to carry out these tasks. So you can think of it as the magician feeding it or setting up the conditions for it to be fed. So that's it in a nutshell. It's also advisable with servitors to create a kill switch. Basically, before I get to what kill switch is, you can ask the servitor when it's completed its mission, or for whatever reason, you can ask the servitor to terminate itself. Now, if for some reason that doesn't work out, always advisable to have a kill switch, which is essentially something the magician does, says, or thinks about in order to kind of end the servitor's life. And what happens is, because this is a energetic being created by the magician, in a sense, well, you're connected to all magic that you wield, in a sense. However, when you throw the kill switch, the servitor, since it is initially created by the magician, that energy goes back and integrates with the magician. It's not quite as theatrical and powerful as the old Highlander series, where he cuts off the guy's head and energy goes into his body, and quite that phenomenal, but that's essentially what happens. The energy goes back into you. So why would you have a kill switch for these beings? Well, the thing is it could be a couple reasons. One is that people who've been working with servitors over a period of time have noticed certain things happening. Other magicians, what they'll do is they'll use servitors for very short-term type of things. And when they fulfill their mission, then they will, terminate them. However, some people like to have servitors that are for long-term, open-ended projects for wealth, prosperity, love, all these types of things. And that is also one of the reasons why it might be a reason for a servitor to be terminated. Is because magicians who have dealt with these beings long term have noticed certain things. One is they notice that they become more self-aware. They learn by interacting with reality, accessing information for you, doing things for you. So they become, in a way, more intelligent. It's almost like their own little AI type of being, which, as you can imagine, could present certain problems for the magician. So as the longer that one has these beings, the more that, in a way, they have to be monitored closely. There's stories of servitors, egregores, all these beings actually turning on the magician, causing trouble. So there is a lot of attention and a lot of responsibility that goes into creating them. And to be honest with you, I have been falling behind as far as my attention and my ability to give care and to the servitors that I've created. I've been real busy. I've been doing magic that makes the servitors redundant, and I just haven't been spending enough time and attention to them. So I've been kind of feeling a little guilty, like I'm a bad father. I'm an absentee father, way behind his child support payments. So that's what made me have the decision that it's time to cut these things short. So this is what happened. I said a few words, I imagined something, and all of a sudden, the servitor number one, I started to feel a shift, and I felt almost like a cloud of energy over me, around me. So I was thinking to myself, okay, so maybe it actually didn't work, because I'm actually feeling a presence. Maybe something went wrong. But then over a period of an hour, I actually could feel it. What's happening is actually integrating, absorbing back into my energy field. And after about an hour, fully integrated, and I actually felt really elated, elevated, full of energy. Because I guess what it is, it's taking the energy that I've been projecting into it for this time, and it's giving it back to me. And then, those feelings wore off because everything was, put together nicely in my energy field, and I was back to normal. And then I did the same thing with the second servitor. Always when you're doing this kill switch stuff, double check to make sure that your work is successful. So afterwards, I went through the process of calling them by their name and their signal, and nothing happened. So that's very good. I don't want to try a process and then have it be unsuccessful, and thinking that it was successful, and then have these servitors out there playing around in reality. So it was a success, and even now, if I try to think about these specific beings, I can't. I feel like there's like an absence, a void. I can't connect with it. Almost as like it's just kind of a memory. So I'm counting that as a success. All right, those are just my thoughts on servitors, and if it comes down to the possibility of having to end their lives, these are the types of things to think about and consider. All right, so please like and subscribe. Also, if you're interested, check out my Patreon. I put a video that walks the person through how to actually conduct a Saint Expedite rite. It'll be kind of almost like a dress rehearsal for prosperity. So if you're interested in that, check it out. Become a subscriber, and you'll have access to it. And besides that, I'm going to be doing other videos in the near future on walking through a rite to obtain connection to Hecate, and various other cool videos coming along the way. So I will see you in a future video. Take care.